next preacher in the church. 11 o'clock that night, mischief set in. Him living with another family because he has no mom and daddy to take care of him. 1 o'clock, mischief got worse and the devil started taking over his mind. Him and 3 buddies went and broke into the very place where he was staying, their business, and stole 3 cars.
Oh, my.
Sitting right there in church service on Wednesday night. Had an opportunity to know for sure that had he went to death, that he'd have been saved.
Yes, yes.
He gets to running from the law. The law chases him across the Florida-Georgia line. Georgia stops him and arrests him. You can't outrun those radios all the time.
No, you can't.
And you can't outrun God.
Right.
And He's called you for a purpose. You better find that purpose again.
Yes.
Amen. Now, I told you Sunday night that if you backslid on God, you need to go back and get it right.
Right.
And you can preach again, just like David went back into the temple, began to teach. David was a warrior, but David sinned on God, but David began to teach everybody he came around. Psalms is full of his teachings.
Yeah.
We can preach again. We can teach Sunday school again after we've fallen from grace.
Yes.
We just got to get back and get our confidence and get it right with God.
Yes.
That young man got arrested and put in jail. And he's facing all kind of federal charges for stealing and taking vehicles across the state line. Was a big teenager in our church that everybody thought was on the right track. And he hit rock bottom. Brother Stephen got a plan.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not.
Yes.
I went with him and I spoke with him. And I talked with him and ain't nothing that I did.
Right.
Next thing I know, I look and he's in an altar of prayer a few weeks later. Well, sometimes people get in trouble. That's what they do.
Amen. Amen.
But I'm proud to tell you today that he stands there every Sunday morning at the doors of that church. There's not a soul comes in that church that that 20-year-old man don't reach his hand out and welcome them. He reaches his hand out and tells them, God bless you, thank you for coming to the church. You know why, church? Because he realized where he came from. He realized when he was put in jail, he was headed down the wrong track. And now he stands there every Sunday morning. That might be his calling, I don't know.
Right.
That might be his labor, I don't know. That might be what God's now got him doing, standing at the door welcoming people in the house of God.
Right.
I love to see him there. When I see him, I come from afar and he sees me, he starts grinning and smiling. You know why? Because I'm glad to know that God has changed his life.
Yes.
I'm glad to know that he's willing to work in the church, even if it is standing at the door greeting folks.
Yes.
Amen.
Had to pick at him the other day. He had on a solid white suit, solid white shirt, solid white, everything. I seen him, and he seen me coming. Started that grinning again. Before I could get there, he's got that hand out. It ain't nothing I've done in church. It's the grace of God.
Right.
He stuck that hand out, wanting to shake my hand. I said, you sure do look nice today. That suit looks so good on you. And I was serious. It did. You know what I was talking about church? Brother Steve, if you'll help me glad. Church, if people's in these offices, if you'll just get out of business and help them.
Yes.
If you'll be like Sister Jenny and Sister Betty back there, when someone's praying, if you'll just gather around them and give them a little hug and a little help and a little encouragement, God will do the rest. All we got to do is labor physically with our body. Just get down to business and help one another.
Right.
I see that whiteness of that suit just like our robes in heaven.
Yes.
I do. I see it just like our robes in heaven. I see that white stood for purity when he could have had black and white stripes on and been in the jailhouse.